Hello everyone, I'm Ellie. Welcome to Tapi Kisuna channel. I hope that you guys are doing fine. I hope that you're staying safe and that you're staying healthy in these times, because the situation is getting a little bit frustrating. But I believe everything is gonna be back to normal soon. I keep saying that, but it never goes back to normal and it's getting frustrating. Before we start with this video, I would also like to thank you for the comments on the previous video. Last time it was Saitama video. And thank you for all the wonderful comments that you posted there. I'll be sharing my top 3 right here. And also, sorry for being late last time. I was shooting another video and for some reason I remembered that I said it on 8:30, but then supposedly the premiere started at 8, so that is why I wasn't there. Let's get to this video. Today's topic is going to be the most handsome Japanese IKEMEN. I wanted to choose top 5, but to be honest there were so many that I could choose like top 20, but this video would be too long. If I had to leave out the 2, it wouldn't feel right, so that is why it's top 7. I often get asked what my type is when it comes to dating. People ask me if I would ever date a Japanese, and the answer is yes. And I have dated Japanese people before, and it hasn't always been the best experience, but I dated people from different countries and I don't think that the experience changed based on the nationality that they had. The experience depended on the character of that person. So if the character of that person sucked, then the experience was not that great, and if their character and personality was kind, then the experience was nice. So I have had both good experience and bad experience while dating Japanese. You know, I've had good experience and bad experience just dating anyone. So, but yes, I do like, can I say that? Do you like Japanese? Oh my god. I'm open to dating with anyone. Well, not anyone. When we talk about my type, if it's about physical features, then yes, I do like sharp features, like sharp eyes, sharp jawline, maybe a bit longer hair, not too long, but I like maybe just like, you know, like they can do this. And I like when a guy is taller than me, I guess. But it doesn't mean that I only have to date tall guys, and I have dated guys shorter than me as well before. I like when they are a bit muscular, but not too much. Like many people probably assume that European girls or Western girls must have a guy that is very muscular and that is super buff. But to me, that's not the most important thing, because I have some muscle as well, so of course some muscles should be there, you know. That's that. And when it comes to personality features, I value honesty the most, because I have been tricked many times before, because I just trust very easily, and I'm kind of naive, so I guess it's probably my fault. Humor, I need to be able to laugh with this person, so if they don't get my jokes, then probably it won't work out, and I need to get their jokes. I mean, I need to laugh when I'm in a relationship. That person needs to be my best friend, basically. I value when they are able to say what they want. I like when they're kind. They need to be kind. They need to treat the people that they meet with kindness. Because I've had an experience with one person. We were on a date and we were buying a juice, and this clerk, she spilled the juice accidentally on his shoes. He just let her clean his shoes while he was just standing and talking to me. I was so shocked, and I was like, dude, you have to wash it yourself. She did it by accident. That guy deserved a slap for letting that woman clean his shoes while he was just standing around and like
oh my god, so embarrassing.
So you need to be able to say thank you. You need to be able to let the old grandma take your place on the train. Just make some sacrifices for others, even if you don't get anything back in return. But anyways, why am I talking about this so long? Let's get straight to the video, because I've been talking too much now already. And number 7 is going to be Kimura Takoya. At least I hope that's his name. He's so handsome. And I know that he's a bit older. I still think he's extremely charming. But yes, I am talking about his younger self because he is so beautiful. His features are, even though I said I like very sharp features, his features are super soft, but his eyes are so they pierce into your soul, you know. I just love that long hair that he had. He looks exactly like Howl, and he was actually a voice actor for Howl, so maybe that's partially the reason why I like him so much. So I saw one commercial where he was dancing with his child. I think it was his child. And that was so cute, and he was so good at this dancing, and he seemed like such a, like, you know, even though he's this very beautiful and handsome guy, he had this funky side where he just danced and had all these like super nice groovy moves, and I totally fell in love with him after seeing that commercial. I fell in love with him even more than before. Number 6 would be Fukushi Sota, and the reason why I like this guy is because, well, he's extremely handsome, just as any of these guys is. But the thing that I really like about him is his smile, very kind. There's something about his face that just says kind. He was on TV once, and it was so cute. They were showing a short video clip of a man, of a grandpa, and his best friend, a cat. And it was just such a lovely and cute and fluffy video, and they were talking about this grandpa's and cat's friendship. And once the clip finished, they showed Sota's face, and he was crying. It was so cute. He was not afraid to show his tears. It was just so moving, and my heart just melted in that moment, because I really like when guys are not afraid to show that they cry too, and that it's okay to cry. Wow. Number 6 would be Tanaka K, and I didn't know this guy before. I only got to know him after I watched his recent show, Ossan's Love. I love Shacho. Okay, Shacho is definitely my favorite character of the show, but yes, when it comes to the Ikemen choice, I have to choose K. He is just so fluffy. Always gets me that fluffy vibe, you know? He's like a teddy bear. You just want to hug him. And he always makes those funny faces, so I feel like you would never be bored with him. Almost like anime faces, but he's able to recreate those anime faces in real life, which is, I think, amazing. Next one is my longtime favorite, and it's Yoshizawa Ryo. And I have been infatuated with this guy for a very long time. I followed him. No, I haven't followed him. I followed him on Instagram. Don't follow people. Really liked his smile. Again, I don't know. It's a kind smile. He also has these cute pictures with cats. Because, for example, in my country, it's not considered manly enough to like cats. You're supposed to like dogs when you're a guy. This is some kind of weird stereotype that they have in my country. And I totally don't agree with it, because I think a guy loving a cat is so beautiful. That's a stupid reason to like someone, right? Just because he has pictures with cats. I can't help it. I think we are reaching top 3 right now, and this is so hard to choose. I have to go with Yamapi as number 3. Though I always say he's my favorite, and he is, but he's perfect. And maybe that is why I didn't choose him as number 1, because he's too perfect. He is just, there is no flaw about him. There's nothing I can find that I would say, oh, I dislike this. When you're too perfect like that, something is suspicious, you know? So I like when there is some sort of a flaw or something that is not extremely polished. You cannot be 100%. You don't have to be 100%. But Yamapi is definitely 100%. So I am a big fan of Yamapi. But he's like, you know, Kami-sama. He doesn't seem that approachable because of that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he does. He probably, every human being has their flaws. We just don't see them because he's a popular personality. So of course we're not gonna know his flaws. But like compared to the others, you know, he seems just so extremely perfect. So I watched his show Otona no Kiss. Yamapi no Kiss Ego. I watched this show. It was extremely funny, super hilarious to listen to these famous people pronounce different English words. But even there, he was the only one that could pronounce those words. You know, it just shows that he's perfect. He was the only one that always got the answer right. Sometimes you need to get things wrong. You're a human, so you seem more approachable. Anyways, that's just my personal opinion. Number 2. This is difficult. So I have to go with Yuya as the second best. When I said that Yamapi had this extremely polished look, I think Yuya is the exact opposite. He just has this very rough look, you know, not 100% polished, you know. His hair is a bit like messy, his eyes are so wild, his features are so different from the rest, really make him stand out. His eyes are super nice. Like, I would not be able to stand it if he looked at me for too long, because I think I would just probably melt and disappear. And so, and there's something about his look that doesn't look extremely polished, and that's what I really like. Outer appearance is kind of bad boy. You still feel like his heart can be very kind. Doesn't look like a typical famous person. He just looks as a very handsome boy that could be living in your building, and maybe you just meet him every morning and say good morning to him every day. He's like, ah. He just seems so real. That commercial with the Gatsby or whatever, oh my god, him as a policeman, I died. Ah, take me. So then we get to my number 1. Well, not my number 1. I don't think this is gonna surprise anyone, because this person is extremely famous, and he's been in so many movies lately. His name is Yamazaki Kento. Quite an obvious choice, right? I mean, he has a really kind smile. His hair, so he's kind of like what I described as my type, right? Like a bit longer hair, very sharp features, very kind smile. He's taller, and also he can do martial arts. He seems like a guy that just reads books in the evening. Also, he seems like a genuinely nice person. He seems like a guy that would not let a waiter clean his shoes just because she spilled. I hope, at least. This kindness is a very important factor, you know. You don't only need to look kind, you actually have to be kind. Definitely, my number 1 is Yamazaki Kento. Anyways, that would be it for today. Please let me know who your favorite Japanese actor is, or maybe a Western actor or actress, you know, whatever you choose. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll be waiting for you in my next video, and I hope that we can meet soon again. Bye bye!